Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. What up, my guys? Welcome to another show, man. NBA Talk with Jay Money. Y'all know what it is. What we're trying to do on this YouTube channel, right? We're trying to hand out some free cash, break down NBA games, doing this late show, an NBA prop show, just for everybody that's trying to look at props and maybe some totals as well. Obviously, the early show, I don't really go into the props or the totals, just straight spreads, straight, you know what I'm saying, professional style betting, guys. But obviously, this is the prop show. I got my guy Friday here with me. What's up with you, Friday? Everything cool with you?
Hey, yeah, how's it going, bro? Just got done watching the replay of your earlier show, and just ready to attack this Monday schedule. I know a lot of people are focused on this Georgia Alabama game. Everyone's really has their eyes on that too. But there's a lot of NBA games, still a lot of money to make. Let's do it. Let's do it, bro.
It's definitely still some money to be made out there, my guys. Definitely still some money to be made. Let's go to it, man. First game of the day, we'll go ahead and go to this Bucks versus Hornets spot here Friday. Obviously, if you, as you guys know, we hopped on the Bucks earlier. Me and my guy Shard hopped on it -2. It's up to 2.5, 3 at some spots. Friday, I had just saw right before the show. Obviously, I mean, I've been a little busy today, but I just saw right before the show that Kelly Oubre's out. I was on the Bucks already before that. Obviously, I mean, it only makes me like it even more. We don't take plays because of the injuries, but if we on something and you're already on something, and then the injury happens, you gotta like it even more. Now, what do you think about this one?
Yeah.
We talking props and we talking total spreads, whatever, bro.
Yeah. When it comes to this particular matchup between the Hornets and the Bucks, I think the injuries may have already even been priced in. If you remember the game on Saturday, the Bucks, they opened up as slight underdogs. It was really enticing It was really enticing for a lot of people to jump on the Bucks. Now today they opened up underdogs before the bad news. Kelly Oubre's out, and then on the Bucks side, Pat Connaughton has randomly been reactivated. Him and DiVincenzo, they're both going to play in limited minutes. So it definitely does change things a bit for some scoring props. I did like Jordan Nwora over 12.5 in this one. Now, obviously, if DiVincenzo and Pat Connaughton come into the game, that's less shots for a younger player like him. But he's going to start, I believe. Actually, we may have to wait. See, the Bucks are such a strange team. Earlier, I liked Jordan Nwora, but now we don't even know what the starting lineup is for this game. But when it comes to the side, I agree with you on the Bucks. They should get this done. The only narrative for the Hornets is the home record ATS. They are pretty good, but Kelly Oubre has been a big part of that on the bench. He hit like 8 threes in one quarter.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. I mean, I didn't bet any props in this game. Because I like the Bucks -2, -2.5. I did right before the show take the Bucks in the first half. I went on ahead and bought it up to -2.5 in that first half. I see these guys starting out early tonight. And obviously, when you have that home and home or the back to back in one arena, you see the team that lost come in with some heavy intensity, more sense of urgency in the second game. So I expect the Bucks to come out here, set the tone defensively early in this game, and I also expect them to win the game as well. So I took the Bucks in the first half at -2.5 at +105. Like I say, that's personal. I'll go official with the -1.5 at -110. If you like, you can sell some points, get that plus money, or you can take the first half, or I mean, stay off of it. Like I say, I'm coming on here to let you guys know what I'm betting, not necessarily telling anyone that you have to bet this or making anyone. But for me, took the Bucks in the first half -2.5, and the Bucks full game. Like I say earlier, we took it -2. I'll go official with -2.5. No props for me here Friday. Like you say, we got Kelly Oubre out. Personally, how I think the game will go, I think that you have to look at this. Right, look at this Friday. This is why I took the Hornets on Saturday. The Bucks didn't have a point guard, and still kind of don't have a point guard. That having DiVincenzo comes back helps them, and Pat Connaughton as well. But you look at it, they still don't really have a true ball handler, and that's why I faded them on Saturday. So you want to look at who has the advantage from, in my opinion, on the other side is LaMelo Ball and Terry Rozier. If I'm looking at props, I want to focus in on them. Obviously, they should have the ball in their hands a ton. Friday, what do you think about that? If there was someone that you want to target on the Hornets, who would they be?
I would target LaMelo Ball in this game. A trend I've noticed with their, I don't know if it's just where he's at with his development right now, but even if it's a blowout, he's still young. They're trying to develop LaMelo Ball, so he's hitting his targets in these matchups. Even when they're getting blown out, or even if they're up big, he's still in the game late in the game. That's something I have noticed with him. Maybe also target Miles Bridges they're severely undermanned on the front line. Miles Bridges, he has rebounded very well in his matchups with the Milwaukee Bucks. He tends to go under against other teams, but the last game, Bobby Portis, Giannis, and Chris Middleton all had 10 plus rebounds each. It just shows you right there, like it was just the turnovers for the Bucks why they didn't win that game, in my opinion. If they clean it up today, I think the Bucks will get it done.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. And me personally, I wanted to take Giannis points, rebound, assists. It was at 51 and a half. Obviously, it's high for a reason. Giannis went bunkers in the first game, and they still lost. But like I said, I think that was more because they were on a back-to-back, and they didn't have any of their point guards. Now they have some film on this team. They know how to stop them. The Bucks have to set their defense up. Simple as that. I'd be looking at some rebound props. I want to take points. I want to take rebounds and assists for Giannis in this game. Not to spend too much time on this game, but I think that maybe the Hornets have a little bit better answer for Giannis tonight, but then he'll start opening it up for the rest of the guys. I hope that makes sense to a lot of people in the chat.
Yeah,
obviously the rebounds will be there, and I think that the assists, he'll have even more assists tonight. They'll probably try to build a wall and force Giannis to kick it out, and if the Bucks are hitting those threes, it'll be even worse than them allowing Giannis to get into the paint. So Giannis assists, I really like that one. Rebounds
Giannis assists. That's the path to victory tonight. Is Giannis has to be the one to lead them in assists. Not, it can't be Chris Middleton tonight.
It says 7.5 plus money, but like he has to be live to go for a triple double. Like it's high. I'd rather take rebounds and assists just in case, because like obviously rebounds he could go for 14 or 15. That'll help him out a little bit in case he doesn't get there with the 8 assists. So it's not something that I bet, but that's the way I'd be looking there. When, like I say, we're just trying to help you guys make some money in this one. Let's go over here to the Jazz versus Pistons here. Let's go to the streets of Detroit here, my guy. Now in this one, I don't think I bet anything in this one. Let me see. I'll go up and down the bets. Friday, talk me out of taking Jazz trifecta here. Why don't they come out here off 2 straight losses? Why don't they come out here and demolish these guys from the start? What do you think? Do the Pistons back up their win with another big game, or can the Jazz smack them up here?
I think the Jazz can get this done in the first half in the full game. The first quarter, I get scared because that's really the quarter where it's essentially a toss-up. A lot of these teams that we don't think have a chance, sometimes the first quarter is the only quarter they win in the game. Teams have sort of figured out Sadiq Bey. He was on a hot streak. Now he's getting superstar treatment. He doesn't know how to handle it. The team's already, they're making experimental moves, getting bull. They're not going to be very competitive. They're still a team to fade after a straight-up win. They beat the Magic. Are they going to come out with their best today? There was a prop I did like in this game, Cade Cunningham to get his assists, just because I believe even if they're down by 20, 30 points, he'll still be in the game. And he is a bigger guard. They have been giving the Jazz defense hasn't been as good recently. Whiteside, I don't. It's sad to say he's washed. The rest of these guys are going to have to shoot very well. Whiteside, I watched him against the Pacers. He's almost done in the NBA, in my opinion. But they have enough talent to really crush these guys if they can just get back to their average from the 3-point line. And the Pistons, they give it up. So minus 12 for full game. I lean more towards the first half. Minus 12 for the full game was tough, but maybe it's high for a reason too, because that game against the Pacers, they really shot themselves in the foot. The Jazz, they had that game. They almost came back and took that game, but they turned the ball over recklessly. They got to clean it up.
Yeah, this is one that I definitely think is high for a reason. I see Smack City spot here, guys. I made a small bet in this one. Donovan Mitchell to have over 3.5 3-point field goals. Obviously, he has to go for 4 threes and then a win. So Donovan Mitchell over, so at least 4 made threes plus Utah win. I sprinkled some on that one, just a little sprinkle. Got it at plus money. It is not telling me exactly what I got it at, but I did book that bet, guys. Just a small bet, but it was at plus money around plus 13, plus 113, if I'm not mistaken. Check that out. It's one of those combination type of bets, but I do see Donovan Mitchell going off in this one Friday. They're off a couple straight losses. When you look at it, the Pacers came to play. They had been losing, so they really turned up defensively, and we know they play better at the house. Now for the game before that was versus the Raptors. They sat all of their guys in that one, didn't even make the trip. So this is one where I feel like the Jazz have to come out here, get right. This is the last game of their road trip. Somewhat an uninspiring team, but I feel like if they get into their mode, get into their offensive groove, they should smack these guys up. I mean, I didn't lay the 11 with them, guys. It's just a lean for me, but I do think that the Jazz will start this one early and come out here and smack these guys up first quarter, first half, full game. The only thing that I bet in this game was Donovan Mitchell to have at least four made threes plus Utah Jazz get the win. Like I said, I got that one at plus 113 Friday. Anything else in this one? Who do you think for like as far as points wise or some threes made over there for the Pistons? Do you see any value anybody before I get this?
Maybe Cade Cunningham. I'm just projecting Cade Cunningham to have a decent individual performance today. I don't think that's going to equate to a win, but I was looking at his assists over and definitely his threes as well. I actually played the assists over. I did scan the board for some of these other guys. I just feel like they're outmatched individually. This game is going to come down to effort for the Jazz and whether or not they want it. I actually lean towards the Jazz to cover full game because, this is a good tune-up game. We talk about these tune-up games. You look at the Jazz defense has been really leaky. They've allowed a lot of teams to hit their team total over recently. In a consecutive pattern. This is a chance to play a team that doesn't have much offense to generate, much three-point shooting to generate in the Pistons, and sort of get right. Maybe I'm talking bad about Whiteside as well. He played so poorly the other night. Maybe he even plays like a veteran tonight. But Mitchell, I can definitely see it, and I can definitely see the Jazz covering. I have my other bets spread out. I didn't bet that one. I touched the Cade prop, but nothing on the Pistons spread for me.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Another one you might want to take a look at is Donovan Mitchell to go 30-plus points plus the Jazz to win. Obviously, you always worry about some of the props, but the way that I see this game going, I see guys like Donovan Mitchell, Bogdanovich really carrying the team over there. Obviously, the Pistons have some scrappy guys over there, but I think the Jazz see these matchups on the other side and literally will go to feast here. The main thing with this is why I feel like the Jazz you probably could find some props in this one. When you have them off 2 straight losses, facing 3 straight losses, I do think they'll come in here with at least halfway motivated, and it should be enough. I am staying away from the spread, but I do think this should be a trifecta smack city spot for the Jazz here over this Pistons team. You want to fade the Pistons when they're coming off a win, guys. Let's go over here to the streets of New York here Friday. We got the Spurs versus the Knicks. Fortunately, Kemba Walker and Noah were out for this one. I know you don't really like Fournier, but he went off in the last game versus the Celtics. In that first game, 41 points that he had. So it'd be nice to see Fournier in this one. Like I say, they'll need some of his offense. I must say, when we were talking to Knicks earlier today, I thought at least maybe Kemba Walker would be coming back in this one. What do you think about this one? I'll let you guys know what props I took in this game.
I think it's going to be tough for the Spurs team to sustain what they're doing right now with such a thin roster, but they're so young. The effort that they showed yesterday, I had a chance to watch the entire game. I had some money tied up on Jakob Poeltl, cashed with that yesterday, and I lost a little sprinkle with the Nets -10. So I did have a chance to see just how, it's the same Spurs team that's well coached. Obviously, they don't have the talent of previous years. Just that the effort for them is there, the motor is there for them. But tonight, the Knicks, I'm seeing a pattern with them of covering against teams that are under 500. I definitely lean towards the Knicks covering, but a prop I like in this game is Lonnie Walker under 16.5 points. I just feel like defensively it's going to be a much more stout opponent for him individually in this game. He did pop off against the Nets yesterday. And the Knicks are pretty good at reacting defensively to players that pop off who aren't accustomed to doing so. They're pretty well coached defensively. Their problem really has just been scoring consistently over the course of the season. I think that they could shut this guy down today. And I lean towards the Knicks covering, but I felt more comfortable taking Lonnie Walker under 16.5 points. I think that's a bit too high for him right now.
That's a damn good point, bro. What I took in this game, and I'm glad you said that because matchups-wise, you know who matches up really well in this game? Julius Randle, guys. I took Julius Randle. This is a little sprinkle. Obviously, it's props, man, but I always like to get some plus money. I took Julius Randle to have at least 25 points and New York to win in this one. I got that at plus 192, guys. So, I like the odds. I think it's very doable for Julius Randle he has the matchups in this one, right? For one, the Spurs only played 8 guys last night. The only center out there or any real size is Jakob Poeltl. He should be going up against basically Mitchell Robinson this one. I know that Randall sometimes plays the center, but if they're starting Randall at the 4, you don't really have that 4. You don't have Keldon Johnson out there to bang with Randall, and you can't really put Poeltl on him as well because he's going to have to be on the actual center. So I think Julius Randle really has a matchup advantage in his game. I see him going for 30 tonight in his sleep. You could buy up and even get him to go for 30 plus points and a New York win. That one's at plus 384, but I just went to 25 points. I'm not being greedy here, although I do see Julius Randle feasting tonight, going for 30 points in his sleep, and also you're getting that with the win as well. I do think that the Knicks, I already like them at the -6, so I'll definitely take some props with some player performance doubles with them to win as well, because obviously if I like them at the -6, I like them to win, man. So Julius Randle, 25 plus points and New York to win. I also put a little sum on Knicks -6. I must say I still think it's going to cash here Friday, but I did think that maybe we was going to get Fournier and Walker and maybe Noel in this one. So hopefully at least Fournier plays. I must say they're starting to drop some guards over here.
I am impressed with Emmanuel quickly. I did see a stat today that was very strange to me. He leads the team in fourth quarter points this season. That's unthinkable when you look at the roster, and when you look at salaries as well. So I do think quickly he can match up well, and he can attack this Spurs defense, get to the paint. This guy is shooting very well as well. I think he can step up for Kemba today, and I might get there with you, bro. I think I'm going to ride on that Knicks -6, because this Knicks team, you just go back and look. I like to take them in these spots when they're playing teams that are not well rested and are also under 500. They play bully ball against these sort of teams. You can even look at Mitchell Robinson. Jakob Poeltl can't play the entire game, so it's just too much size, too much defense for them today. Let's see. Now, the only wild card is that the Spurs do have a couple of players that are uncappable because they really are sort of on the rise a bit. You look at Primo, you look at Londale. They're coming in and sort of surprising people a bit, but they're not really getting the biggest minutes. But you look at Primo. He attempted 16 shots last night, Jay. I know you probably don't want to stay on this game too long, but I know you've been seeing his game too. So
yeah, I know Primo. I've been following him, and that's just showing you how thin the Spurs are right now. The fact that Primo, Bates, Diop, guys like that are starting out there. Even Lonnie Walker, these are their bench guys, so they're missing bench reduction. They only suited up 8 guys yesterday, and Lendale is questionable in today's game as well. He possibly may not even play. So yeah, I'm a fan of Primo's game from Alabama. I know him. But one more that I did take was Julius Randle to get at least 20 points to have over 1.5 threes and the Knicks to win as well. Like I say, it's another sprinkle, but that one was over plus 200 as well, guys. So a couple sprinkles for me. And one more thing I want to say about this game, you have to look at Jakob Poeltl's rebounds in this one Friday. If you can't get it real quick, or at least to record a double-double, Jakob Poeltl is basically their only big out there. Unfortunately, I don't want to look at too many Spurs props because I think they'll get smashed. You're in the last game of a 7-game road trip, but if there's one guy that has an advantage, if it's me, if I'm looking for props in this game, I'm looking for Spurs props. I'm looking at Jakob Poeltl possibly go for double-double or rebounds in this one. Just let me get it real quick here, Friday. Jakob Poeltl, at least 9 rebounds? What are we doing? We
cashed Jakob Poeltl over 8.5 rebounds yesterday. I thought that was a bit low, and then LaMarcus Aldridge was out in the matchup. That definitely helped, although he's not really a threat on the glass. Today, it's going to be a bit tougher for him going against Mitchell Robinson, but what helps us, Jay, if we do take Jakob Poeltl again, is Mitchell Robinson doesn't seem to be getting max minutes. Like, he's really Poeltl might play twice as many minutes as Mitchell Robinson.
Mm-hmm, exactly. Yeah. And these guys, the Spurs, have to play a lot of guys because they have a ton of guys missing right now. Like I say, only 8 guys played in the game yesterday. This is back-to-back. I think they get smacked up. This is a bad spot for the Spurs. Last game on this road trip. Knicks -6. Let's cash it, man. Let's go over here to the streets of Boston. We got the Celtics here versus the Pacers. This line shot up here Friday. I'm guessing because Brogdon was ruled out. It has to be, right? This line was at 6.5 earlier today. What you looking at in this game? I bet Marcus Smart over 11.5 points. I'm going to tell you this right now. I think the Celtics guards have the advantage over the Pacers in this one, guys. I don't think I've ever bet a Marcus Smart points, but I like it over 11.5 today. And I also did a combination with his threes to make over 1.5 threes and Celtics to win as well Friday. What you like in this one? You're on mute, my guy.
I'm glad you said Marcus Smart because one of my most confident bets earlier today, is Marcus Smart over 4.5 assists. It was minus 125 earlier in the day. He's just been a machine. When it comes to his facilitation, his distribution, he's become the de facto point guard on the team. I like Marcus Smart over 4.5 assists in this game, no matter what the backcourt is for the Indiana Pacers. And I like that you said the threes. What was the pay for the threes as well? Because historically as well, he's played very well against the Pacers, who are a similarly constructed roster right now. I can definitely see him hitting the threes as well. And if he does that, the points are going to hit for sure.
They just took it off. Right here. Let me see. I know I got it at plus money though. I got it at around plus 113. Let me get this exact number for you real quick. It's something just happened in this game because they just took off all the props for the Celtics in this one.
Yeah, I'll pull up the injuries while you.
Yeah, so I didn't take them combined. It was just Marcus Smart over 1.5 threes in there with my guys. So Marcus Smart over 1.5 threes at plus money, and then I definitely took the over 11.5 points. That one was at plus 100, guys. So that was my two bets in that game. I see Marcus Smart actually having a pretty good game in this one. If I could have got Schroeder props, I think the Pacers don't have a point guard. The Pacers, most of their points will be coming from Sabonis, guys like Turner. They're still there with LeVert. They got Duarte back, but so I'll be looking at some props for Duarte in this one and Sabonis. That's where the majority of the scoring will come from. We know that they have the little guy Sykes out there. He's a good point guard, earned the full contract of the season, but he's still a small ass guard. I think he's like 5'11" or like 6 foot one. He's a very short guard. I see Marcus Smart could possibly even post this guy up in the paint. The Celtics guards will have a really good
even
game
look towards his PRA. My most confident bet today is Marcus Smart's assists. Anytime you even say the word Marcus Smart right now, it makes me even more confident. Let's cash these Marcus Smart props. Even the PRA, look at that. I just feel like the assist is too low. The last 25 games, he's cashed 72% of the games. He is the point guard of the team. Dennis Schroeder has been making questionable mistakes when he's been on the floor recently. Let's see how it goes. I think that the price might even be wrong. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, my guy. I'm with you. I just want to see what did this spread went to. Somebody else must be out because it just went up to 8, my guy. So I was just trying to see it's up to 9, bro. What the hell is going on? What happened with them? Are you seeing anything else? Oh, Duarte is out. So Malcolm Rob did get ruled out. Now Duarte is out again, guys. That's gonna be bad. The Pacers likely get smacked up in this one. I'm not saying bet the -9 with the Celtics, but I would not be looking towards the Pacers in this one.
Yeah, that spread flew up too. It got up quick. It got up real quick.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get to the streets of going to the streets of Houston here, guys. We got the Rockets here as 10.5 point underdogs versus the 76ers, right? Is Curry going to play? I saw that he's possibly going to be out in this one Friday. What do you think about this game?
I'm not going to place a bet on this game tonight. It's not mysterious, but, the Rockets, I want to bet against them, but I just don't like the games that the 76ers play with the injury report. I know that they can crush the Rockets without Seth Curry, but I was looking towards Seth Curry's assists in this particular matchup. It's just funny that of all people, he's the one that's on the injury report. So by that, just no play for me, no look in this game. But the Sixers are rolling. They just showed that they can crush these guys, but the Rockets were in that game against the Sixers last week. It was last week, right? The beginning of last week. Yeah, the Rockets were competing in that game all the way up until the fourth quarter. I think that they're in fourth quarter tank mode. They're not to be trusted with my money either. I'm just going to look for other opportunities today.
Yeah, no, I probably sound crazy, but this actually may be a game where the Rockets will cover. This was one that you want to look to see if Curry's playing, because if Curry's not playing, obviously he's a big part. Like the Sixers can't be affording to miss Curry right now. But I want to beat around the bush. I took Jalen Green over 21.5 points, rebounds, assists in this one. I think he's live to go for 20 points alone. So I definitely took the points, rebounds, assists. No Armoni Brooks, no Eric Gordon as well. The usage rate will only go up for Jalen Green. And Friday talked about it earlier as well. With some of these teams, even if they're getting blown out, they still want to leave these rookies in to develop them, my guys. And like I say, the Rockets were up by 1 point at the half over there in Philly at that, guys. So they did end up getting blown out by 20. I'm not looking towards betting the Rockets, but I do think possibly this could be a spot where they could have a good game. They're the home underdog catching 10 points. They'll probably lose, but I could definitely see them keeping this one close. I'm taking Jalen Green over 21.5 points, rebounds, assists. He's going for 20 points tonight, guys. He's going for 20, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. We're cashing that one.
I like it because he's going to be on the floor even if they're down by 30.
Exactly. Let's go. Let's go over here to the streets of Portland. We got the Nets versus the Blazers, guys. Now they did some funny biz with this one. Harden and KD said they were going to play last night. I'm on the way to the house. See Harden ruled out. It's not much of a surprise. The line didn't move too much either, so it's down to 8.5, guys. I'll be honest with you. I'm not looking towards backing the Blazers probably for the rest of the year. If anything, I'm looking to spots to fade them. This is not a bet on team right now. They're lost even more guys now. Now Powell is down, so they were already down. Lance is questionable. CJ McCollum. Lillard doesn't even want to play for him anymore. Now you got Powell, your best remaining defender and best two-way player. They're missing even more offense Friday. They could get it done last night versus the Kings, but that was a double revenge spot versus the Kings. I think the Nets could really do whatever the hell they want to in this game Friday. Please talk me off a Nets trifecta here. Like, I feel like if I'm going to bet the Nets, it's going to be on the road. They are 0-6 against the spread last 6, but I want to take them early. I want to take them first half full game here. Could you talk me out?
I feel like first half could get done. First quarter might be the only thing the Portland Trailblazers can compete in, just because they do have a couple of random pieces that can get hot from the three-point line. But that's the only positive thing I can say about them. These are going to be tune-up games for Kyrie Irving. You're going to see a lot of mysterious betting, injury report manipulation with these Nets going forward. Now that the big three is here, there's not much easy money in the NBA. But they're going to make it difficult to profit from this Nets team over the long run, just with the mind games. Now, you just want to get the best spread you can. I like -9 as opposed to -11. I'd be pretty mad if I took -11 on the road and then I see the James Harden news later in the day. These guys are definitely up to no good, Jay. They're up to no good right now. But it's going to be tune-up games, quality tune-up games for Kyrie Irving. Look towards attacking these road games with his props. The Nets, they might play better with just 2 out of 3. You're going to see a guy will be out, they cover. All 3 of them in, they struggle to cover. They let the Pacers backdoor them last week. So it's a work in progress. Sorry for stuttering to everyone. Hit the like button for J Money. Hit the like button for J Money.
I'm looking for some Kyrie props, right? Got darn on me now.
We had 20.5 on the points, 2.5 on threes, 3.5 on assists.
That's pretty high for him not playing too many NBA games yet, bro. Like, he should get there, but for me to bet it being set at 20.5 for him to go for 21 guaranteed, he is the only player that's obviously not coming, that's on the back-to-back. So he's going to have fresher legs than the rest of the team. With Harden being out only helps even more. I like the Kyrie prop. I'm not even seeing it where I bet. I like it. I'm probably not going to bet it, but I do like it, guys. I do like. Let me see, Kyrie Irving. Yeah, it's up to 23.5 now. They have to shade up even more with no Harden. I like it. I'm not going to bet it with that being the bar that he has to get it. Obviously, he should hit it with his sleep. I'm not scared of Anthony Simons, guys. I'm not. Nurkic almost had a triple-double last night. It's a back-to-back for both teams. Obviously, the Blazers hadn't had to travel. I still lean Nets here, guys, early and often. It's just a lean for me. It's nothing I got to. It's nothing that I end up betting. Let's see what we got. One more game here. Cavs versus the Kings. I sprinkled on Cavs in the first quarter. Don't like it's a tough spot, but I do think that the Cavs what do they always do? Surprise teams in that first quarter. Their defense, the team's like, oh damn, we didn't know you boys playing this hard out there. So that's what I see, that the Cavs usually they're not really ready for that defense, ready for the Twin Towers. And the Kings, They really seem like they're giving up on the season here Friday. Only 80 some points last night versus the Blazers. Do you think that they'll come back and score more points tonight versus the Cavs, who have even better defense than the Blazers?
I think that they have a chance to score more points tonight against the Cavs, but the problem for the Kings is that they're going to allow a lot of points tonight because the Cavs, they have a distinct matchup edge in the paint with Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. It's going to be a long night for the Kings unless they shoot elite. They have to shoot elite from the three-point line, which is tough to foresee right now. Even though the Isaac Okoro is not back for the Cavs, for me it's the Cavaliers tonight. I have some props in this game as well. I like Evan Mobley over 7.5 rebounds. I think he's going to get that. I like Jared Allen over 10.5 rebounds plus 110. I like to take these guys over on the same day. They usually play in unison against weak front lines. This is a weak. Alex Len is not ready today. Jared Allen and Evan Mobley will have their way tonight. I also like Kevin Love over 2.5 threes off the bench. The Kings bench is trash. And he's a starter. He's going to come in. He has a track record of hitting that number. I know it's not plus money. You want that plus money for a three-point prop for a guy coming off the bench. But Kevin Love really is auditioning for teams to come and trade for him. And I like the Cavs in the first half, bro. Cavs first half full game. I don't know how you feel about. I know how you feel. I'm waiting to hear what you said earlier again. But the Cavs should get it done today. But I definitely like those matchups. Even Darius Garland as well. Maybe we can talk about Darius Garland. How do you feel about this one, Jay?
Yeah, I'm looking at some 3-point props right now. I want to find some. Damn, Buddy Hield is. You'd have to get Buddy Hield over 3.5. I'd look
Buddy?
towards bro. Buddy is gonna shoot
Yeah.
threes.
Yeah,
That's
he's
what
coming in with nothing
he
else
don't
on
give
his
a
mind.
damn. He
Nothing
don't
else
give
on
a
his
damn.
mind.
Hey, I'd look at Buddy Hield. They got over 2.5 at -156. I'd look at the over 3.5 Buddy Hield threes, guys. I'm talking about even the Kings get smacked up. Garland is over 2.5 at -111. No, Garland got a little banged up last night, but
Yeah.
Garland is live for his threes.
I
Kevin
have
Love as
Garland listed,
well.
Jay. Let's
Yeah,
let's play that one.
Garland over 2.5 threes, bro. I like him and Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield over 3.5 at plus money. I like that, man. I'm with you. I think that the boards are all there for Mobley and Allen tonight. I don't think this Kings team is ready for what's coming to them. Alex Lynn, they're not ready. They need Rashawn Holmes for a game like this, guys. So I hadn't taken anything yet in that one, but we're gonna try to cash some of these props earlier. I do like Garland over 2.5 threes and Buddy Hield over 3.5 here Friday. Break them off with your officials before we get out of here, my guys. Oh, Curry's ruled out for the Rockets.
Oh wow, Curry's out. So yeah, it's just hey, that's what happens, right? When did he get hurt? Anyways, when did he get hurt, Jay?
He did
Anyways,
not get hurt. He's taking a day off. Sick
today
day.
I'm going prop heavy today, Jay. I'm more confident in Marcus Smart over 4.5 assists. I have that. I have Jared Allen over 10.5 rebounds. Evan Mobley over 7.5 rebounds. Though I really like those three props today. I also like Cade Cunningham over 5.5 assists. I'm going to play Darius Garland over 2.5 threes with you, and yeah, that's what I like today. I lean towards
Gotcha.
the Jazz covering actually, and the Bucks covering. I haven't gotten there yet. And Lonnie Walker under 16.5 points. Also hit the like button for Jay, everyone. Appreciate you watching.
For sure, bro. This is what I bet, man. I took Cavs in the first quarter -1.5. I took the Bucks -2. I took the Knicks -6. I got Marcus Smart over 11.5 points at plus 100. I also have Marcus Smart over 1.5 threes at plus money. Let me see what else we got here. Let me just go up real quick here, guys. Let me see. Julius Randle over 25 points, plus the Knicks win. Let me see. We got Julius Randle over 20 points plus 1.5 threes plus the Knicks win as well. We got Donovan Mitchell over 3.5 made threes plus the Jazz to win. And that's it, guys. In Bucks first half. Oh yeah, Jalen Green over 21.5 points, rebounds, assists, man. We're cashing today. I looked at every single one of those extensively before I made my bets. My cash is on it. Nothing heavy bets. I'd say it's a quarter a unit on each one of those props, guys. But I don't care what I'm placing. I'm trying to cash it, and I will be pissed if I lose it, man. Let's go undefeated. Let's go Knicks. Go Bucks, man. All that stuff, guys. Let's get some cash. Appreciate my guy Friday coming on here with me. Go and follow him on Twitter, guys. At my guy knows a guy. Yeah, and then go and follow me as well at Jake Money is Money. Finna get out of here, man. Get some dinner, make some live bets, man. Try to cash some of these tickets, man. The prop show for the people, NBA props, man. 6 o'clock Eastern. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. Hit the like button, subscribe. We out.
Appreciate you.